Hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and with me, I have my lovely co host, I Chill. Hey, Boo.
What's up, Auntie, on this fabulous
Oh,
day, honey?
doing very well. It is a fabulous day. It's a fabulous Tuesday, July 29th, and we have what I believe is some great tea for us to go over. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
Let's do it. Tea time.
Yes. Well, so the first story I'm going to be talking about. So Diddy, we know if he's not anything, he's definitely audacious. So he is actually what his lawyers are asking for him to be released on bond ahead of his sentencing. They rather him stay at his Manhattan mansion rather than jail. So I have this Yahoo News link that tells the story by way of USA Today. And y'all see here, Sean Diddy Combs argues for jail release on $50 million bond ahead of sentencing. So Diddy's
Uh,
legal team is again arguing for his release from federal prison nearly 2 months after the embattled music mogul was acquitted of the most serious charges of his federal sex crimes trial. According to legal documents reviewed by USA Today, Combs' lawyer asked Judge Arun Subramanian on Tuesday, July 29th, to release Combs on a $50 million bond and allow him to live in his Miami mansion. I'm sorry, not Manhattan, but Miami mansion instead of the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn as he awaits sentencing in October. Though the 12-person jury on July 2nd convicted the Bad Boys record founder on two more minor counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, jurors found Combs not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking in his sweeping nearly 2 months trial. The two guilty counts and anonymous Jane carry a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison on each count. Prosecutors, though, have signaled that Combs himself may face a lesser time due to federal sentencing guidelines. After the jury's verdict, Sobramian denied bail for Combs and ordered for him to remain in jail, suggesting a sentencing hearing in October, but left the door open for an expedited court date. It is impossible for the defendant to demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he poses no danger, Sobramian previously said. Combs has been jailed since his September arrest and has maintained his innocence, previously pleading not guilty to all charges. In a post verdict hearing, Sobramian explained that Jane's testimony, in which she alleged Combs choked and dragged her during an argument in June of 2024, even as Combs was aware of the active federal investigation into his conduct, played into his decision. He also noted that Combs' team admitted that we own the domestic violence regarding Ventura's fines, longstanding allegations of long-term abuse, first detailed in a November 2023 civil lawsuit. In court, lawyers for Combs argued that he was responsible for physical abuse towards romantic partners, but not guilty of federal sex crimes such as sex trafficking. His legal team asserted their client did engage in violent acts towards Ventura, fine, but the Me and You hitmaker was a willing sexual partner and participant in hours-long sex sessions dubbed as freak offs. The audacity, honey. And then remember where he posted and deleted a tweet with just two eye emojis. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm sure his attorney was like, dude, what are you doing? Why would you? And what bothers me about him is that when you look on his page, that statement that he put up denying that he beat on Cassie, even after we found out that he actually did, that statement
yeah.
is actually still pinned.
Mm.
We
I
dealing with a
don't.
narcissist, honey.
I don't know why he would want to tease himself like that. Go on and serve that time. Get sentenced. That's time served. Time off his sentence.
Yeah.
If he want to just take freedom, I guess before it's more permanent. But I wouldn't trust him because I wouldn't trust him to run away.
Yep. And and the judge agrees with you. Judge Arun Sabrami, he was like, well, shoot, y'all even admitted that your client is not unfamiliar with domestic violence. So I mean, if I let him out and he stays at his house, what you think he gonna do? Beat up a bitch in his house? I'm sure the judge didn't say it like that, but in my head he did.
Have a few more freak offs.
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be
Well,
surprised if he did that.
I wouldn't either. That's what he do. He can't help himself. And that's what the judge was saying. Like you still were beating on women even after you knew you were under investigation. So you pose a danger, my boy. No, you will keep your ass right in Brooklyn. Well, that's that on that. Does anyone want to add anything else before we go to the next story?
Tell him, Judge. No.
Exactly.
Like they said, what, 4 times before? Why would they do it now? Come on.
Well, remember yesterday when we talked about our president? He accused Oprah, Beyonce, and Al Sharpton for taking money from Kamala Harris's campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Al Sharpton came out and made a statement. TMZ interviewed him, and we're gonna watch a video of what Al Sharpton has to say, honey. And he pretty much ate that. And y'all see where it says here from this TMZ article: Al Sharpton on President Trump. He wants you focused on Obama, Beyonce, and Oprah, so you forget about his pal Jeffrey Epstein. He is right, and he needs to say it. So let's let this video load. All right, here we go.
What say you that Donald Trump is saying he has heard that you took $600,000 in return for endorsing Kamala Harris?
Well, I think that first of all, it is absurd because a few months ago he said that I took $500,000 to let her do an interview with me on my television show. So he's talking about the same election, same cycle. Donald Trump is running from the Epstein scandal. And when he couldn't make anything work last week, when it kept picking up traction, said he was going to fire the Fed chair. That didn't break the news cycle. Said he was going to fight with Putin about Ukraine. That didn't break the cycle. Had some foreign heads of state come in. That didn't break the cycle. He went to what he does all the time. He went to the race card. He decided one day he's going to, I think it was Wednesday, I'm sorry, Monday, he's going to release the FBI files on Martin Luther King. And in it's supposed to be a lot of stuff, rumors that we heard all down through the years. Everyone knows that J. Edgar Hoover was out to get Dr. King, distorted records, fell flat. That didn't help him. Next day, he says, I want to see Barack Obama, former president, indicted for treason. That didn't help him. Then he comes with now Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, and Al Sharpton were paid to endorse uh, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris needs to be investigated, and they need to be investigated. He's using a lot of his whole thing. That's why he's going after all the blacks now. Don't forget, he started his political career with birtherism, that Barack Obama wasn't really an American. So he's going back to his favorite tunes, and that's why he's going after Obama, Oprah, Beyonce, and me.
I read that you are thinking about suing him for defamation over
Oh, we're
this.
talking to lawyers. The reason you have a basis to sue for defamation is if he had made the statement the first time and it wasn't answered, then he could say, well, that's what I was told. It was answered. So you made these statements over the weekend with full knowledge that what you were saying was not true. The filings at the Federal Election Commission, where the Harris campaign filed, where they gave X amount of dollars, National Action Network and other civil rights groups, and some groups got a lot more for Get Out the Vote. You knew that I didn't get any personal money because it wasn't in the filing. That's defamation.
Talk your shit, Reverend Al. Talk your shit. He said, "Oh yeah, we are talking to lawyers." I said, "I know that's right. Get his ass." I mean, I don't know what suing him is going to do, but I mean, it does send a nice message. Watch your mouth. But even though it probably won't do
Won't do a
anything or
damn
make any
thing.
noise,
Mm-hmm. But that
but
ain't
he's
right.
absolutely right.
Right. That's exactly what he's doing. Distract, distract, lie, lie, try to change the news cycle. This is his whole MO. He'll lie in a hot second. He lied about everything. His weight, his golf prowess. He just lies. And he
Hmm.
doesn't care that he's lying. He know he lying. We know he lying, but people don't care. I saw one tweet where one woman said, "I don't care if he's in the Epstein files. I wouldn't care if he raped my own child. He's doing what he said he would do." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, and I bet she is not the only one that feels that way.
She's
Yeah,
not, because remember, I even said in the show previously, like that white supremacy requires undying loyalty, like unwielding loyalty. Like you have to show that you whatever this man do, child, please, you because the ultimate goal, is for white people to be on top. So,
period. Even if a pedophile got to bring him up there, huh?
hmm
I mean,
and one thing I love that. Oh, sorry.
they have pictures of this man sitting with like children on his lap. Like, what in the world?
Hello,
Oh,
like y'all. And one
whew.
thing that I love that Al Sharpton brought back up, because I feel like a lot of people forgot that, like that whole birtherism movement, where
Yeah,
he was going around on a media tour saying, "Well, I mean, if he doesn't have a problem, show, I mean, show us his birth certificate." Like baby, and I'm even after all of that, people still want to fix black people. Now, and I've heard this in my own circle, honey. But these people are not a part of my circle anymore. I can tell you that. But they'll say, "Well, he's not racist. Like, why is he bitch? Stop playing with me, please, before
he's
I
not.
get annoyed."
He's not racist.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they said. Hun. Black people, are, well, he not racist. He just followed the money. I'm like, did y'all forget about the birtherism movement? That was racist as fuck. I remember it like it was yesterday.
We got some dumb people in the world. I mean, that's just that explanation for me. It's just some dumb people in the world,
Yup.
and you can't reason with them. You can't educate them. You can't have a conversation with them. Just dumb.
Just well. Does anybody else want to add anything about Reverend Al or the dumb people that live among us before before we go to the next story? All right. Well, our next story, honey, Karuchi Tran and Deion Sanders, baby. They pretty much hard launch. They don't hard launch health issues and the whole relationship. Everybody was like, "Well, wait a minute now." So y'all see, I have this People article, and you see here, Deion Sanders and Karuchi Tran sparked dating rumors after she's seen crying by his side, and Karuchi Tran are sparking dating rumors after the model was seen by the coach's bedside as he underwent bladder removal surgery. Tran, who's 37, appears in the first part of a video series documenting 57-year-old Sanders' recovery from bladder cancer called For Your Glory, produced by his son, Deion Sanders Jr.'s company, Well Off Media. The Colorado Buffaloes coach revealed his cancer for the first time on Monday, July 28th. Appearing multiple times throughout the emotional 18-minute video, the model and actress struggled to speak through her tears while explaining why Sanders was in the hospital. "We're dealing with bladder cancer," Tran said after pausing for a moment to cry before the former NFL star was taken into the operating room. "He is having his bladder removed, and they will create a new bladder with one of his intestines," she explained to viewers. Tran said having his bladder removed in surgery was the best option for Sanders because it fully removes the cancer to ensure it doesn't come back. Because it was who looks cute crying? That's a talent. Anyway, after Sanders' surgery, Tran appeared relieved, smiling and chanting with hospital staff as she declined an offer for ice water. After her rumored beau shared that he feels numb and emotionless after the operation, Tran asked questions about when his results will be in, and whether or not doctors are expected to find something concerning in his testing. When she was told that Sanders' form of cancer was very aggressive, Tran asked more about what he'd be coming in for when he'd be coming in for a follow up. Excuse me. In a video, Tran In another clip from the video, Tran is seen holding Sanders' hand as he is wheeled through the hospital halls by nurses following the procedure. People has reached out to reps for Sanders and Tran for comment. And then it goes on to talk about Trans's dating history, talk about, when she dated Chris Brown, and then it talked about when Sanders dated Tracy Edmonds and who he was engaged to her. We really don't care about that. What we want to know is about Carucci, girl. But I seen a lot of discourse. Hold up, let me see. I'm sorry, reading the comment. I said, I think your service is nervous. Wow, wow. Okay, so I've been going in and out.
Sometimes you do.
Oh, oh, sorry to hear that. Wow, and I actually have my mic plugged in. That's weird.
It might be the website ads popping,
Uh,
dragging you.
Possibly. But I actually seen a lot of discourse about this. A lot of people like, what girl? Like some people said felt that he was too old. A lot of people didn't have a problem that he was old, but the fact that he had a lot of health problems, that they didn't like that. But I'm like, listen, as somebody who prefers the company of an older man, honey, I'm like, Karucha girl, get that dick, girl. Shit, cause he got a dick and a wallet. He ain't gotta have toes, but that dick and that wallet work.
I just, I mean, I knew the
So
opinions were coming, but why
hey.
do people feel like they have to have an opinion on who people are dating? Like, I guess that's the nature of the internet. If it's on the internet, people are going to talk about it, but it's so weird, you know? Well, I don't think she should do this, and I don't think she should do that, and this and that. Like, who cares what you think about it? They don't.
uh,
They don't know you. They don't care what you think. I certainly don't care what you think. Like, but hey, I guess anything to have something to talk about. I just wouldn't personally comment on my timeline about, well, I don't think she should be dating an older man with health problems. And girl, what are you doing? Like, who am I to tell her what I think? Let me
Mm-hmm.
do what I would do. Maybe I wouldn't do it, but so if you're doing it, okay, so what? Just that tennis. People are so invested in what others are doing and having opinions about it. It's just weird to me, but I guess not maybe to everyone.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for it. If I had anything negative to say about it, I would be a hypocrite, honey, with my dating history. So, and we have a comment saying, "I want you stopped." Shut up, ho. You know what can stop me? An older man.
Look, Hammy, I told Auntie about an older man I saw while walking in the park who was very nice looking and salt and pepper, and he was jogging. And Auntie was like, "Did you tell him about me?" I'm like, "Why? Why would I do
I'm
that?"
like, girl, did you see our man today? Girl,
Yeah,
tell
trying to
our
take
man I said hello.
my man. I'm like, no, I did not tell him about you.
And this bitch said like Trump. No, bitch, not like Trump, honey. Trump can't even sniff this cooch.
Well, there is a line. Thank God.
A hard line, honey. Oh God, no. Especially after the South Park exposed him and that little bit of dingaling, honey. Absolutely not.
That episode was crazy.
And if y'all haven't seen the latest episode of South Park, I would highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan or if you even watch one episode of South Park, honey. You should definitely get into that because it was hilarious.
It
Well,
was.
does anybody want to talk about any other May December relationships before we go to the next story?
No, we don't.
Well, y'all, Beyonce just made history as she continues to do, honey. But I mean, because she's just that girl. She do shit like that. This is nothing to
All
her. She
the
wake up
time.
and just decide. She wake up and just say, you know what? Let me make history today. Let me break a record or something.
Wow.
And you see, and like I have been very vocal about how I am not a fan of the Cowboy Carter album. However, I still recognize its impact, and I love that other people love it. I'm just not a fan of country music personally, but I love this for her. I love this for Beyonce. And y'all see, I have this Vibe article. You see where it says Beyonce sets country music record as Cowboy Carter tour earns over $400 million.
Wow.
And you know what? I know our friend Madonna Hunt, helped contribute to, a lot of that. But
At least 20 million. He went to what, about 35 concerts? I'm like, Moderna.
I love it.
Everything she come out with, he buys it.
Beyonce has made history once again. The global music icon has broken multiple records with her last Cowboy Carter tour. According to Billboard, the worldwide journey cemented the fact that Queen Bee is indeed in a league of her own. The outlet reported the nine-city stadium tour is the highest grossing country music tour of all time, officially counting $407.6 million at the box office, with 1.6 million tickets sold over 32 shows. It is also the shortest tour in history to cross the 400 million mark, surpassing her own 2023 Renaissance World Tour, which had 56 dates. With Cowboy Carter and Renaissance, Billboard noted that Beyonce is the first woman and first American artist to gross $400 million plus on two separate tours. The only other acts to achieve this feat are Coldplay, Ed Sheeran, and the Rolling Stones. Baby,
Go girl. I
I
love this.
love that. So the outlet continued to note multiple facts regarding the mother of three's legacy on the road, including her record as the highest grossing black artist of all time, as well as the records broken at each venue from Los Angeles to Paris and back to the United States in Atlanta. The winner wrapped the Cowboy Carter tour in Las Vegas last week, July 26th, with the biggest surprise for ticket holders yet. Throughout the tour, she was joined on stage by her daughters, Blue Ivy and Rumi Carter, with surprise pop outs from her mother, affectionately known as Mama Tina, husband Jay Z, and Miley Cyrus. In Sin City, she turned up the heat with Shabuzi and a highly anticipated Destiny's Child reunion, bringing out her former group members Michelle Williams and Kelly Rowland for the ultimate nostalgic affair. Sparkling in metallic gold stagewear, the trio performed Lose My Breath, Bootylicious, and Beyonce's Renaissance track, Energy, which I have to say, you stands that was in Vegas, you bitches failed the mute challenge. They said, look around everybody on mute, and you bitches out there hollering. Stupid. Anyway, so, but I love this for Queen Bee.
Me too. And she still got more to
They gonna
go.
have to, they really got to put some respect on my girl name.
They really
Yep.
do. And they already begging for Act Three. I mean, they already anticipating. She got them so locked up, they ready. She could start a new tour tomorrow and do the same thing all over again. I love it. She said, "Your best
Yes,
revenge is your paper." Come
that's
on,
right.
Beyonce. I love it.
So shout out to her. And then remember, y'all probably don't remember this. I know like a lot of kids don't remember this, but back in what was this, like maybe 2002, 2003, maybe 2002, where Beyonce was just going solo. And it was a what was a Vibe article. They said, Beyonce's going solo, but she's no Ashanti. And the reason they said that, because remember, Ashanti was charting back then. She broke a record saying that she had the fastest selling debut album of all time or something like that. She hit a Guinness World Record of that. And then she had three hits in the Billboard top 10 simultaneously, and was the first like person to do that since the Beatles. So now, with this new piece of information, yes, Beyonce is and Ashanti are definitely musical peers. Like in fact, I
Peers.
don't even think they
Where's
peers.
Where's Will? Hold up. Peers.
Yeah, I don't
Look,
even think they peers. My bad, I misspoke. Not
thank
peers,
you.
but
Thank you.
Beyonce
Look,
has certainly surpassed Ashanti.
by
But
far.
yeah,
Look, when Beyonce was part of the original Destiny's Child, when I first saw them, I said that girl right there is going to be a superstar. Not the group, but Beyonce. I saw it back then. I'm like, this is a superstar in the making. And I was right.
yep. I said, you want to hear what's funny? I actually said that too about Beyonce, and then I said it also about Latavia. But I was definitely wrong about Latavia. So,
Well, I think if they would have stuck together, they'd all be further than they are. See, the
yeah,
thing about it is when you got a person like that in your group that's willing to bring you along. Now, a lot of groups have broken up because the lead singer goes off and, sort of leaves them in the dust. And they flounder around or whatever. But Beyonce didn't seem to be that way. If they would have stuck with her and not, I think, let their parents intercede and be upset because Beyonce was always lead singing and so forth, they could have rode her coattails to the top, just like Kelly did and Michelle did. Michelle came in late, but Kelly been there since the beginning. And look at where she is now. Now she's not the greatest vocalist, but she's doing okay for herself, and so is Michelle. So I think if those other girls had stuck around and hung on to Beyonce's star, they would have rose a lot further than where they are. So um, that's just a lesson to be
Honey, and
learned.
Sarah, she behind that star. She behind that star trying to catch on so bad, honey. She want to be a part of the
Hmm.
conversation so bad.
I can't blame them. But when you're young, they were really young when they started and under the influence of their parents. So um, I mean, that's a story I read, and I don't know how much of that is true, but they was coming at Matthew uh, because Beyonce was always singing lead, and my daughter can sing too. Well, yeah, she can, but Beyonce was gonna be a star. I think her daddy realized that, and he pushed that for her, and they all they had to do was hang on, baby, grab a coattail and hang on, because we all going up. But as we can see, it didn't happen that way. And in spite of
Yeah.
all of that, look at where she is now.
Breaking records, making history. Shout out to that Queen Bee, honey.
You can't take it from her. I mean, you can like her, don't like her. She can sing, she can't sing, whatever you think about her. Um, Country artist, or she's not a country artist. She's not this. Hmm. Okay.
Well, does anybody want to add anything about this living legend before we go to the next story?
Break more records, girl.
Hello. Oh, she will. I told you she just wake up in the that's the Virgo woman in her. They like to be the conversation. They like to set records and stuff. So she gonna find another record to break just cause she can. She probably gonna do
She
something with
will.
that vegan shit too, honey.
And the symbolism in her her dates, her photos. If you, I mean, just the way she interweaves history into what she's doing. Just very few artists just has the insight and depth of her music. It's just not about the music. It's a whole story. Every time it's a whole story behind the music. I love that.
Yes. Well,
And
speaking of things that people love, honey, Tyra Banks actually loves to eat her crumbs with her little nasty. Tyra Banks, we always knew she was a little weirdo, but girl, oh my god. So I have this TMZ article. Tyra Banks says, "I clean crumbs by eating them off the ground or on my bed." So she was,
what
co-hosted with Jenna on Jenna and Friends. And we about to
off the
hear her talk
floor?
about it. It's about maybe a
Oh,
30-second clip.
come on, come on.
But you'll hear why she says she does it off the floor.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I'm not into eating in bed.
No, why not?
Because I don't like crumbs.
The great thing is, like a couple days later,
You
just
know
like,
you do not.
a little bit. Like,
A couple days later, you get down in there and
I do. And
No.
Jenna, I clean crumbs by eating them.
a week later you would go in there and eat that.
Yeah. If I knew it was mine in my bed, yeah.
On the ground?
If it's on your ground, I have no shoe rule
Okay.
so that I can eat off my floor. And then I see my son doing it, and I'm like, don't do that. He's like, Mama, you do it.
Wow.
Wake it up, Tyra, son. Right, Mama, you do it with your little nasty self. But if you've been like, so the thing about Tyra, as a huge fan of America's Next Top Model, and I was actually a fan of her daytime talk show. This is actually not surprising to me. She's always been like a little weird. I remember even one episode she was talking about like being frugal, as she called it. But no, she pretty much just cheap as hell. That's all that is. And she was talking about how when people were to visit her house and stuff, like say she had gave a person a cup of orange juice, If she notices the person didn't finish that whole cup of orange juice, she's gonna take that cup, put it in the refrigerator so she can finish the rest of that orange juice later. Like
Ew.
she's just nasty, nasty, huh, nasty. So, hey, Slay Uncle,
I,
look, we have gross in the comments.
I can understand that people would want to comment on this. I give them a pass on this, but I mean, as far as just commenting on people's relationships, you see a new couple like they doing Meg and Clay and Nakaruchi and Dion, that kind of stuff. But now, yeah, somebody talking about eating crumbs off the floor, I could see, people having an opinion about that.
Right. And then we have a comment saying, fuck her. Damn. And then another one saying, gross. Honey, I do have to say, she making y'all Sagittarius, honey. Y'all might need to have a meeting about her. Be like, look, we don't we don't put up with her long enough. She got to go somewhere else. This girl is now a Scorpio.
I mean, I don't eat in my bedroom. I don't drink or eat in my bedroom. I never have. So, because I don't want crumbs in my bed, and I'm damn sure not eating them later.
I eat and drink them off my floor.
What?
Nasty.
Not the floor. Just
Well,
because you
does
wear
anybody want to add?
shoes
Oh,
in the house, you think that's okay to eat off the floor?
hell no.
That's what she said.
Her nasty self. It's like people who sleep with their clothes. They ate and food got all over their clothes. Yeah. And the Sagittarius in the comments said, "We don't claim that."
What's up, Bianca?
Point blank, period. We don't know that, huh? Mm-mm. They over here licking what is dustpans? You might as well just lick the dustpan. That's gross. Like you cannot be that hungry. Aren't you cleaning up someone's house? Aren't you getting paid? At least eat the shit in the refrigerator and make it look like no one's touched it. But you eating after people? Mm-mm. That's like it would be her dream to be at a restaurant and just looking at everybody else's plate. It's just weird. I don't like it. It's mental illness and it should be
and
addressed.
and to be honest, Bianca, I have no proof, but I think she did do something like that before because it seems like that's right up her avenue.
Yeah, like a glass, half a
Maybe
glass
she
of
meant the
orange
five
juice.
second rule.
So
Listen, I could understand eating cookies in the bed and you pick up the crumbs. I get that in your bed,
right
maybe.
then,
But the
yeah.
floor, like the ground, we
Mm.
have to choose our words wisely. Like that's insane. You're a whole model, bitch. What are you talking about? Don't you own ice cream shops? See, that's why we don't need to go over there because she's licking the fucking the ice cream scoopers. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Oh,
Allegedly, allegedly.
we don't know what she's doing
Honey,
in the
that's
back,
enough for
right?
me.
She's licking the rim so the ice cream won't be all on the rim,
Ain't
cleaning
that
it up.
nasty? Licking the tops and shit and putting them back on. Shame on her.
Mm, mm-mm.
Well, does anybody else want to talk about this nasty person who's not a Sagittarius anymore before we go to the next story?
Period.
Gagged us with that one, Auntie boy.
Well, this next story, so we have more information about Marcus Morris. Now, y'all know I don't follow Bianca. I'm way sure that you know who this person is way better than what I do. But we did talk about him being arrested yesterday because of fraud, and we have more information about that. So, y'all see where it says here. I have this TMZ article. NBA star Marcus Morris hits court in handcuffs, and judge denies bond.
I was
So,
not
Marcus
aware
Morris
that
Sr.
this
just
was
appeared in a
happening.
Florida courtroom for the first time since his arrest over the weekend. But things did not go to the NBA stars way during the proceedings. The 35-year-old has been in custody in Broward County since Sunday over allegations he stiffed a casino in Las Vegas. And at a hearing regarding the matter on Tuesday, Morris's attorneys asked for a bond so that he could get a handle on the issue. The lawyers told the judge that Morris was in the process of paying off his debts in Nevada and releasing him would expedite that. The judge, though, denied the motion for bond and said she would only release him to the Nevada authorities for extradition, or if the warrants that were issued for his arrest were withdrawn. So Morris, who was wearing handcuffs and in a jail-issued jumpsuit, did not speak during the proceedings. His brother, former NBA champion Markeith Morris, was in the courtroom offering support. Another hearing was slated for Morris for late August, but it's clear the basketball player and his team are hoping to get things resolved well before that. We broke the story. Morris was arrested at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport and booked on a charge of fraud, insufficient funds check charge. The Morris Brothers agent, Yoni Noy, said in a statement on X it all stemmed from an outstanding marker with the casino. Apparently, if you have over $1,200, uh, they can issue a warrant for your arrest. Absolute insanity. Marcus, the 14th overall pick in the 2011 draft, last played in the NBA in 2024. During his 13-year career, he averaged 12.0 points per game and 4.4 rebounds. Again, I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds good. But yeah, so it apparently, because we saw, I think Chill, you shared with me another story about how it was rumored that he was like writing checks for thousands and thousands of dollars to buy a house and stuff like that. But I didn't see any of that in this article. His
Yeah,
his
big
agent is
checks.
claiming that his agent is claiming that he just stepped. See, I don't know if that's true or not because ain't no judge just gonna like $1,200. Like no, mm-mm.
And did not bond over $1,200. That doesn't make any sense. So I tend to believe there
Yeah.
was more to it. Like the article that said he was writing much bigger checks than that to buy a home and all kinds of stuff. He wrote fake checks for.
That's crazy. I did not know about this story. First of all, Marcus and Marquise are twins. So
They
there's
are.
that. Yes, they're twins.
Wow.
And Marquise was playing on the Lakers last season. I don't know if he's on the roster this season or not. They haven't said anything about kicking him off yet. And his brother Marcus, who was arrested, I believe is already retired. So, and they have a podcast together. And yeah, I'm caught off guard a little bit. I did not know this, and I don't understand what the fuck they're doing. Like, it's not necessary to do that, bruh. Like, look, I know gambling and sports is like a thing, so maybe it was more than one marker. Maybe I don't think it was maybe just one $1,200. Maybe there was a few $100, multiple markers that weren't paid. That's what I maybe think is happening. But yeah, I don't know. It's wild. I'm sad to hear that because that's unnecessary.
Didn't I tell y'all Sling Uncle would know who this person is better than I would? Her, she done told. I done found out in all of 5 seconds that he's a twin and got his own podcast, is retired, and all of that. So
And you know
thank you
what's
so
crazy? They
much.
have a podcast together.
That's what's up.
Not right now, they don't.
Listen, they're in the trenches together at court together.
Podcast, podcast on hold right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's wild. And he was just playing basketball. What, last year? I mean, had to
I
be
think
making
two
money.
seasons ago. I think he retired not last season, but the season before that.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oh well.
See, this is why I always appreciate Sling Uncle because I told she gonna make this sports ball shit make a little bit of sense to me, honey. Just a little bit.
Me too, because I never heard of this person.
Well, does anyone want to add anything else before we go to the next story? Well, baby, our next story, hun, I couldn't wait to talk about this one. Mary J. Blige, hun, she is fighting back with her Misa Hilton lawsuit. It's getting a little nasty. So I
Who?
have this.
Crystal Will.
Hey, if he was happy, like you know who she is, don't play with Mary. But y'all see here with this all hip hop article, and this is one of their exclusives. Mary J. Blige accuses Misa Hilton of harassment as $5 million battle gets nasty. So Mary J. Blige has officially responded to a $5 million lawsuit filed by Misa Hilton, calling the claims legally baseless and demanding the case be tossed from court after months of silence and speculation. Attorneys for Blige and her company, Beautiful Life Productions, argue the suit from Hilton, her management company, and rapper Vado is utterly meritless and part of a calculated effort to damage Blige's reputation. Plaintiffs and their counsel appear to enjoy fabricating accusations that will be discussed in the press and on social media for the purposes of harassing defendants and trying to coerce a favorable settlement. Mary J. Blige's lawyer, Sarah M. Matt snarled. The filing also seeks sanctions against the plaintiffs and their attorneys. All Hip Hop was the first to report on the lawsuit filed in April, which alleges that Blige interfered with the management agreement between Votto and Hilton's company, MISA Management. Votto signed a recording contract with Beautiful Life Productions in October of 2023, but Hilton and the rapper claimed Mary J. Blige was withholding Votto's completed album. The goal was to pressure him into cutting ties with Hilton, a longtime associate and the R&B singer's former stylist, and cutting her out of 20% of his earnings. Mary J. Blige's legal team pushed back, stating MISA Management does not exist as a legal entity and therefore has no standing to sue in New York. It is stunning that plaintiffs and their counsel attempt to assert claims on behalf of this non existent entity, Matt said. The motion argues Hilton herself is not a party to Votto's contract with Beautiful Life Productions and cannot enforce it or claim damages. Mary J. Blige's attorney trashed the suit as a media ploy meant to pressure a settlement and was filed despite prior warnings that the claims had no legal merit. Her lawyers also argue Votto failed to follow required steps, such as providing notice or seeking mediation before filing the lawsuit. Votto's claims fare no better. Asserting a breach of contract claim against Blige individually is by itself sanctionable. Blige is not a party to Votto's recording agreement, nor has any other basis been pled against Blige, making it clear she was included solely for the purposes of harassment. Theory M. Metz added. Mary J. Blige is asking the courts to dismiss all claims with prejudice and to impose financial penalties, including attorney fees on Hilton, Votto, and their legal team. The court has not yet ruled on the motion. Girl,
Hmm.
nasty, 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 honey. Ooh, honey. I knew this was gonna get messy. And remember, these two were friends. Like this is
Long time friends.
hmm. Ooh, child. I'm gonna watch what I say because I don't know Votto personally, but I'm actually really close with his sister. Shout out to TT, hey boo, and inside joke, rest your head on my bosom, baby. But anyway, but yeah, this is something.
Can I
So
ask a question? Where did this all stem from? I'm lost as to how all this started. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure. I know Vado, but I don't know how that all kind of mixed in.
so it's alleged that Votto and Misa are dating. They were a couple or whatever. What Misa actually sued, so it started with Misa suing Mary J. Blige and Beautiful Life Productions for $5 million because they were claiming that while Votto is under Beautiful Life, they Beautiful Life actually shelved his album pretty much, or kept his album hostage to prevent him from releasing it, for so that way he can break up with Misa's management company. So because of that, they was like, "Well, y'all try to do some backdoor stuff and try to cut me out of a deal that you have with Vado." And now Mary J's team is fighting back with saying, "Well, girl, you're not even a real legal entity. So what you talking about?" So that's it.
Got it.
So that's us. Oh, it started over a nickel. A
Uh,
nickel.
Honey, listen. That seems to be the trend, and bitches is dying over dudes. Like for real.
Yeah.
Did you guys cover the Peppers owner out here in
The
LA?
who?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
so Peppers is like a Belizean slash Jamaican cuisine spot.
Hmm.
It's like a I don't want to call it a hole in the wall, but it's kind of like a hole in the wall restaurant. Family owned. It's on Slauson. It's popular. Very small. No one really goes because the parking is fucking terrible, but the food is good. I've been there. And one of the owners, young girl, um, I guess supposedly these women came to her restaurant harassing her or whatnot. I guess one of them was fucking with her dude. So fast forward, the girl, her name is Jolene, the owner of the restaurant, goes to this other lady's house, starts some shit, and she got stabbed up. Jolene got stabbed up and died.
Oh Lord.
And so they are in court. There's a cousin of Jolene that's kind of like reporting on it on socials to tell the people what's going on. Supposedly there was a DA rejection of some sort. I don't know what that means, but I guess because either party could have not fought, and but at the end of the day Jolene is the one that went to the girl's home, so she initiated this
The
kind of
contact.
situation,
Yeah.
right? So
Wow.
it's a mess, but yeah, they had a visual for her. They had a visual for her, I think last weekend, just this past weekend actually. So this just happened maybe like a week or two ago.
Over a man. Good Lord.
Girl. And even if the other girl goes to jail, you know what that nigga get to do? He get to go and date somebody else. Like,
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
This is
I'm not
crazy.
dying over no man. There
No.
is 8 billion people in the world. I'm not dying over no man.
Mm-mm. No way. Go to some girl's house over a man? No.
Yes, and thank you. And I was actually, while you were telling the story, Bianca, I was Googling too to see if I can find. I did find a news article about it here. Um, from
Her
what's
name
this?
is Jolene Thurton. Uh-huh, that's it.
Mm-hmm. And this prime timer. So yeah, this is wow. And she was found unresponsive on July 17th. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. And so this is, yep, that's her. Wow.
Beautiful girl.
Ooh, child. Thank you for that,
Worried about
Bianca. No,
another
we have
bitch.
not heard about
We're
that.
yes. Well, Peppers is kind of popular out here because it's right in the middle of the hood, and it's a good spot, and it's been open for a while, so it's pretty popular. If you are from LA, you know about Peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her brother tried to get at me, his married ass. Girl, no.
Oh.
If we want to tell the truth. But yeah. But it's sad. Look at this pretty girl worried about a man or another bitch. Like, girl, we have to stop this. We have to. And nowadays, like, motherfuckers ain't playing. Like, you come into my crib with all type of hoopla. I'm not asking no questions. You know what I'm saying?
I am not
Hmm.
mad at. I mean, you don't know what she's planning on doing. I can't blame the other girl for stabbing her. I mean, you bold enough to show up at my crib. That's a problem. Even if I am messing with your man, you damn messed up.
That is great. I'm speechless. Like, wow. Well, I get uh, stupid question. Like, are they? I'm sure they're gonna plan. They're gonna keep the restaurant open. You think, right? Especially since it's so popular out there amongst y'all. I would love to try it if the food is good. That's crazy. I'm speechless, man. And shout out to that girl's family for even sharing this story. I heard nothing about it. Did anybody else want to add anything about Jolene or Peppers or any other LA restaurants we should try before we go to the next story? Well, child, this next story was speaking of people over there in California, um, Aaron Pipers and Denise Richards. Honey, this divorce is going to be so messy. This is probably going to be one of the most messiest divorces we have seen in a very long time. Mark my words, I'm telling, because I'm already seeing the signs now. But y'all see, I have this TMZ article. Denise Richards says to Aaron Pipers, "Give me back my laptop and nude photos." Child. So Denise Richards' divorce from Aaron Pipers is getting even messier because she's now claiming he violated her restraining order against him and stole her laptop containing nude photos. In new court docs filed Monday, Denise says Aaron violated the temporary restraining order by disturbing her peace when he sent her private information to the media from her laptop, namely text messages and naked pics. She's asking the judge to order Aaron to return the laptop and all of his pictures and recordings, along with any cell phones he may have of hers. She's asking him to turn over the items over to her lawyer and she'll pick them up from him. Denise also wants Aaron to be prohibited from using, delivering, copying, printing, or disclosing any text messages, emails, photos, notes, or other content from my cell phone or laptop or any other of my electronic devices. Earlier this month, Aaron filed for divorce from Denise after more than 6 years of marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. He claimed Denise cheated on him and said he had text messages from her laptop to back up what he says. Denise, on the other hand, was granted a temporary restraining order of protection against Aaron after accusing him of physical and verbal abuse. But it was Aaron who filed a recent police report of assault over the ex couple's blowout fight on July 4th. The criminal report also included allegations of vandalism and theft. We've reached out to Aaron. So far, no word back. Chow, 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 chow. This is
It's
mm.
nasty, nasty breakup.
Nasty for no reason at that. He was the one who filed for divorce, and now he want to give her hell. Child.
You know, this is what scares me because love can turn into hate real quick. I don't
Yep.
like that. There's something scary about that.
That's what they say. It's a thin line.
Listen, honey, and the more time goes on, the thinner that line gets, is what I found.
Mm.
I'm cool. You're not about to marry me and kill me. I'm good.
Hello.
Don't never want that kind of love.
Listen, people need
Yep.
therapy.
Apparently, I'm one of those people because we have a comment that said, "This man said, is the restaurant going to stay open?"
I missed it. What did he
I'm
say?
sorry. That's where my
This
mind was
man
at.
said it's the restaurant.
like, like rest in peace, girl. Like rest in peace to her. That's sad what happened, but is the restaurant still gonna be open? Because I want to try it.
That is funny. I love it.
Ooh, child.
Well, does anybody want to add anything else before we go to some other messy LA people, honey?
We love it.
Yes, honey. Well, Masika Kalisha, honey. I know y'all know
Oh,
her.
and Brittany,
And Brittany, honey, they was
honey,
going
this
through
was
it.
amazing.
I was getting my life. And thank you, Chill, for even bringing this story to my attention.
You're welcome, boo.
So, y'all see, I have this Vibe article. Masika Kalisha accuses Brittany Renner of playing with Islam after removing hijab. She responds, "You played with God for dick." I'm sorry. So, Masika Kalisha and Brittany Renner have exchanged jabs on social media following Kalisha calling out Renner for what she sees as the Basketball Wives LA star playing with her faith in Islam. The former Love and Hip Hop Hollywood star made the claim while discussing Jackie and Chantel Christie's recent Basketball Wives LA fight, adding in a follow up post, "Since we're on the topic, the way Britney played with them people's religion to become that man's other wife is crazy. He took off and she took off them people's clothes."
The people's clothes is killing me. She ain't lying though.
She's not at all. Renner converted to Islam in August of 2024, announcing it to the public in January 2025 per Complex. However, she removed her hijab in June following her split from rapper Kevin Gates, who is a practicing Muslim and a weirdo. Anyway, in response to
Yeah.
Kalisha's shade, Renner brought up her fellow reality star's own public drama, including Masika being rapper Fetty Wap's third baby mama and allegedly faking a kidnapping. Says baby mama number three, who faked the kidnapping to promote their irrelevant OnlyFans. "Since we're on the topic, religion is not exclusive. I've never signed up to be one of several. People are allowed to change their minds, and plenty of relationships are meant to be, but not meant to last. Buy 40 and fried.
Wow.
So Kalisha replied saying that the kidnapping incident was connected to a television show she was filming about sex trafficking, adding, "It's crazy because I was defending your disgraceful ass when people knew you was faking religion for dick." She then added in a follow up post, "Girl, go to hell. Oh, wait, everybody's speaking the same truth about you. But you mad at me? LOL. Bringing up irrelevant deflections don't change the fact you played with God for dick. Next week, you're going to be Buddhist for some back shots, Christian for Christian Dior. Girl, shut the fuck up and go pray." I'm sorry, she kind of ate that, y'all. After removing her hijab, Renna took to Instagram to quiet her followers who took issue with the decision, sharing a clip of herself rocking her natural hair captioned, "Don't have blind loyalty to any person, place, or thing. I don't need excuses to do what I want to do because I accept whatever comes behind my decisions. It's still alhamdulillah. I'm sorry, alhamdulillah. I can't say that. I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me, Muslim community. I know how to say it. It's just not coming out right now. But anyway, that for everything. Hope this helps." Child, she followed up with the post caption, "I don't ask for permission or forgiveness, nor am I in the business of convincing," which many took as her response to those who believe she abandoned her faith due to a breakup. So she did. You literally converted to Islam to be Kevin Gates' other wife. Because remember, he was still married to Drika at the time. They were together and talking about they were married. So yeah.
Now I will say this: Masika did read. However, she Brittany did read her too, and there's something missing because Brittany said something about Fetty Wap's eye and how he couldn't see her value. She said something like
Oh,
he had one eye and
damn.
couldn't even see your value. I don't know
Damn.
where that is, but that shit had me on the floor.
My mouth is to the floor right now. Oh my
Honey,
God. I missed that one.
this was a good back and forth read. They both, and the thing is, they could both read separately very well. Like they could both read a room, honey. And these two together, it was a whole sitcom. And I watched it. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. I was hoping they kind of kept going a little bit because I was like, put it all out on the table. Let me see what kind of guns y'all got. They did okay though. I thought this was a great read. It was funny.
I agree. And you know what? I know she can't stand this, and to I'm not really a fan of Zell Swag, because you remember he was first introduced to us from Love and Hip Hop L.A. Now he's over there carrying on in Atlanta and shit. But when
Oh right.
him and Masika got into it, and then he sing that song, Masika Kalisha fucks for a feature. Honey, I have been singing that song for years, and I know she can't stand that song, but it is just it's hilarious, and I think it's because her name is just so iconic, like Masika Kalisha. I love it. That's a name for you. I love it. So, and then it happens to rhyme with feature. So, well, does anybody want to add anything about else about Brittany Renner playing with God for dick or Masika Kalisha fucking for a feature before we go to the next story?
Yes, bitches need to stop fucking with Kevin Gates. Period. The dick can't be that great. Yuck.
Honestly, girl, but from what I'm seeing, it might be. To be completely honest.
Listen, honey, there is great dick around the world, okay? And Kevin Gates ain't it. He's not the one all be all. It just can't be. I don't give a fuck what he says. I don't care what kind of game he kicks. I don't give a fuck. Like, yuck. He's so gross. Like,
So gross. But it was one of his songs called One Thing, where pretty much the chorus like one thing I really love is making love to the pussy. He was very descriptive in that song, and I'm like, oh well, if it's like this, maybe I can understand. Now, I personally wouldn't convert, into another religion for some dick, but after hearing that, I can maybe see why that would happen because it sounds like he be putting it up in
Throwing
him and putting
down.
him through a mattress.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd consider not eating pork, but I ain't wearing no hijab. It's too hot.
He game he game that girl all the way into them people clothes. You hear me?
Listen,
Hmm.
listen, I get it, but like they don't have to. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, why she
You
even went?
know,
I don't know.
I just hope that women have a little bit more self esteem in the coming years, because if this is
Yeah,
the way we're going, we're fucking doomed.
makes me question her stability. Like, what's wrong with you, girl,
Mm.
that you would do that for a man?
When it comes to Brittany Renner, you know what? We ain't even gonna go there.
But I was just about to say that's a whole thing. Brittany is a whole thing, and to be fair, it's just gonna be something else outrageous and wild that she's gonna outdo herself the next time, and it's only a matter of
Hmm.
time when that happens. Like,
Uh,
bitch, don't doesn't she have a kid?
Yes, about somebody that's yeah. Who was it? That young boy that what was his name? PJ something. And that was a big thing where she got that little boy got her pregnant at her big age.
Right? Like, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. And poor kids, because she got kids too. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine seeing my parents in blogs and shit, like headlining all this weird shit as, let's say even a teenager, even at like 13 years old, knowing that your mom or dad or whoever is beefing with some bitch and this is what's going on. Like, yuck. How embarrassing.
I
Yep.
think if you grow up with it, you may be a little feel a little differently about it, unless there's something out of the blue. Like here you are, everything's hunky dory, happy, 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 and then suddenly something pops off. But if your parent has been problematic and in the blogs and whatever with this person, that person, another person,
I
you
get
probably
that, but like
look at it
maybe
the same. You
it's
know,
a shock. Maybe the shock value ends after the first time, but imagine it continuously happening then at that point. Like, at some point, you children,
well, yeah, you have to hate it. Kids are cool.
because like, imagine me saying, like, my mama's Brittany Renner. How embarrassing. Like, yuck.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody else want to add anything else before we talk about some more embarrassing people?
Yes. Is there any nudes of Kevin Gates?
You, that's a good. Let me see if I can find anything real quick. Let's see.
Oh my
Kevin
God.
I need it to make
Gates
sense. The
nude.
girl math is not mathing.
Well,
I
yeah,
need proof.
I don't even care what it looked like to go through all
I
this.
mean, I kind of
Oh
want to see what it looked like. I don't really care, but
no. You're just
it would
curious.
just make more sense of the story.
Oh,
And
okay.
and you know what? Poor Drika at the end of the day. Honestly,
Right.
I feel bad for her, if nobody else.
Same here.
Yeah,
For
she went through a
real.
lot with that man. And for what? Knowing damn well he still loves that girl.
Okay, so I'm not finding any nudes. Let me see. And honey, I'm barely even finding a print, honey, quiet as it's kept.
Mm,
Especially in this little Kim stance he got going on.
not little
Let me see
Kim
if I
stance.
yes, it's not where's the
Not
print?
popping pussy. Hey, not popping his pussy.
Honey. Listen, something he popping something. Let me see if I can share this photo real quick.
Yes,
Let
please.
me see.
I need a
Okay,
Tyler
something should
Lepley
be
dick pic
uploading.
too, honey. If you could find me that. Oh wow, no, I don't like
Uh,
it.
uh, right, where's the? I mean, I don't see anything. I don't see a hump. I don't see like a speed bump. It just look like it looks flat, and his legs is wide open. Like, is it tucked or?
It should be something there. Where
What the- When you talk too
anatomy
much of
says
something, that's
there
probably
should be
because you ain't
something
got it.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because
that's
all his
okay.
songs are about coochie,
Yep.
fucking. Like, you want to be. This is my thing. You converted to Islam, yet you still fucking mad bitches. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not here for. I mean, he's kind of like doing the same thing. He playing in God's face.
Yep.
It's almost like it's been edited out. It's so smooth there. You don't see any kind of seam on the underwear.
Hmm.
Like maybe it's been just homogenized for a reason because it just looks like a blank space. Like there's was
It
something.
looks like he got a coochie. That's exactly what it looked like. Let me stop. I'm gonna go on mute.
Brittany,
Okay.
really, you let that little bit of dingaling let you convert to Islam, girl. Oh my God.
I know you lying. Okay, his little clit ain't doing none of that.
Like, if I were to convert to Islam, honey, I'm gonna at least leave like 8 inches or more. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me.
At least.
Oh Lord, the minimum.
A minimum, honey. For me to convert? And you mean to tell me I can't have any more bacon? Oh no, honey.
Listen, do you hear me? Okay. I agree, Auntie. It's just
I
not
gotta
the
wear
math
this,
ain't
and it's
mathing for me. It's
a
just
hundred
not.
degrees outside. I gotta cover up. Oh, it's got to be something going on.
In the middle of summer, you got me fucked up. Now I will say I have covered before. Like I have a godparent. Well, he's like a godparent, but like where I went to the mosque and I had to cover all of that, and that's
Right, right.
cool. But I got to take that shit off when I left. You know what I'm
Well, yeah,
saying?
that's
No
Hmm.
temporary.
disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't understand. And what
Mm-mm.
kind of hot comb did you use to get your big ass hair up under that hijab and not look like you got a fro under there?
Yeah, smushed
You know
down
what
pretty.
I'm saying? It's just you. It's giving doing too fucking much.
Over 3 inches of dick. Oh, honey, couldn't be me.
Scissoring and shit.
Yeah, stop, stop, not scissoring. Oh my God.
Well, y'all, so Whack 100, we haven't talked about him in a while. I'm surprised because he always in the news for running his mouth. But he said that, so y'all know Lil Meech, Big Meech's son, Lil Meech, who famously plays him in the series BMF on Stars.
Hmm.
Well, he said, honey, Whack 100 said, when you hanging out with Lil Meech, be careful because that nigga is a snitch.
Mm.
So I have this hot new hip hop article. Y'all see where it says here? Whack 100 warns anyone who would consider selling drugs with Lil Meech. So it goes without saying that it's been a hectic few months for Lil Meech. Last October, his father Big Meech was finally released from federal prison after spending roughly 2 decades behind bars. The former drug kingpin tried to plan a welcome home concert to celebrate, even recruiting Rick Ross to perform. Ultimately, this didn't end well. 50 Cent, a longtime foe of Ross, immediately hopped online to make his feelings known. In various scathing posts, he slammed Big Meech for working with someone he has beef with. Fifth went after Lil Meech too, threatening his role as his father in the hit TV series BMF. While the mogul's taunting has continued, this isn't all that's plaguing the actor these days. Earlier this month, a man claiming to be his former friend took to Instagram to put him on blast. In a lengthy post, he alleged that Meech snitched on him and that he had to serve time for drug charges as a result. Reason I got to do Fed time, he alleged at the time. See, this is shit I hate. A fake ass nigga like Lil Meech and my T crazy life supposed to be real, but do whole shit. Mm-mm. During
Did we lose you, Auntie?
Yes, we did. Temporary technical difficulties.
oh y'all lost sound.
We got you back now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. So Wack is also concerned for Lil Meech's finances. He argued that he could run into serious trouble if he doesn't start being more mindful of his spending. He and Vlad even compared him to Jam Master Jay, who allegedly turned to selling drugs to make ends meet before his 2002 death. It would be shocked at whoever participated or was in cahoots with him because he has shown you the last two times he's came in contact with law enforcement. His first time was to tell by any means necessary, Wack alleged. Anybody deal with Lil Meech and got told on from this day forward, you had it coming. So, I mean, Is he wrong? You see the man, you see he's not shy about talking to law enforcement. So, and then one of his friends came out and said that he was the reason that he had to do fed time. So, I mean, mm, who knows, child? Well, does anybody want to add anything about BMF, Big Meech, Little Meech, or Southside T before we go to the next story?
It just sounds like Little Meech is just a liar. He didn't lie to that girl about that was his cousin when he was putting groceries in that apartment. Like it's just lying after lie after lie. Like he, I think he is broke, but and then he went all that shit between him and 50. And 50 not probably paying him no more. So I'm sure they're trying to figure that out. So I don't know. But I know he gonna probably try to crawl back to Summer because Summer doing shows. She making her money with all 15 kids. She good.
Okay. He is a liar, honey. He be lying about wearing deodorant. Everybody know anything gonna sit there and tell people he not musty. Them people is everybody around you is not saying you musty for no reason. They're not just making that up. If more than three people are saying the same thing about you, baby, you need to look within you. Well, that's that on that. Does anybody want to add anything about Whack 100 or Lil Meech before we go to talk about a Delta pilot, honey? Oh my God. Well, first of all, I have to say, when this story came out yesterday, they just said that he was arrested and he was arrested by Homeland Security, one of the Delta co-pilots. Like soon as he landed, like they got his ass off that plane. So I said that my cousin who works for that airline, I sent him a text and I was like, "Hey, do me a favor, ask around because I know your coworkers know what the hell done happened. So let me know." This bitch ignored me. So then when I found out what happened, though, so now I said, now the bitch want to act surprised. I'm like, no, bitch, you was right there in the middle of all the action. You could have asked one of coworkers like to talk. Anyway, it is really, it's really insane. Child, it's really hard to, I'm just, trigger warning because this is really difficult, y'all. But Delta Airlines co-pilot busted by the feds and video shows dramatic cockpit raid. So this is him. His name is Rostom Bagwagar. And so first I'm gonna read the a Delta Airlines co-pilot went from the cockpit to federal custody after he was arrested shortly after he landed a commercial airliner in California, excuse me. And then they have like video of him being walked out. Look, you saw that white man at the end, honey.
Nosy
He just
ass
like me,
white
honey.
man.
He just like me because I was like, "Oh, girl, what's going on, honey?" Well, anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the update. So, because that was pretty much all of what we had as of yesterday, just that he was arrested and we didn't know why. Now we know why. He is a nasty bastard. So it says here from the update, a rep from the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office tells TMZ detectives identified the Delta co-pilot as Rostom Bagwagar, saying they've been in the throes of an investigation since April of 2025 after receiving information about sex crimes against a child. Police took out an arrest warrant for Bagwagar and got tipped off that he was flying into San Francisco International Airport last night. With the help of federal authorities, Contra Costa investigators met the plane at the Delta terminal and arrested Bagwagar on the spot. Bagwagar was taken into the county jail and booked on 5 counts of oral compilation with a child under 10 years of age. He's being held on a $5 million bail. Good. Shit, make him more with his nasty ass. Put your ugh.
I would consider voting for castration for pedophiles for sure.
Hey, baby, and I vote right there with you, honey. Get him out, throw some acid on that thing, then he won't be able to rape nothing else. Well, does anybody want to add anything about this nasty bastard before we go to our last story? Well, okay. Well, our last story, we're going to end on a good. I like to end on a good note, especially to talk about like what the rappers are doing for their communities. So, Lil Baby, I have this TMZ article that talks about his annual back to school, and I believe this is his fifth one now. So, Lil Baby says, I launched my nonprofit to help West ATL first move back to school bash. So, this is him here. So, Lil Baby ensured the kids of Atlanta went back to school fresh and equipped with essential supplies for the fifth straight year. But for the first time, he funneled the goodwill through his new nonprofit. The chart-topping Wham rapper launched his new nonprofit initiative, the Jones Project, over the weekend in conjunction with the fifth annual Back to School Fest held at West End Production Park, Baby's old neighborhood. So the ATL Summer Jam provided thousands of students with free sneakers, exclusive gear from Fanatics, school uniforms, backpacks, haircuts, and even hair braiding services were offered on the spot. You see, it look like they're having them a fun old time out there. The fun factor was up in ante to sports-themed carnival games that still fell into the realm of education through pop-up classrooms and locker rooms. We're told Baby's JP will focus on fostering children and families in Atlanta's West End, and more than 4,000 citizens were catered to. Baby's children were in attendance. This is them there. His children were in attendance, as were Atlanta City Council members Andrea Boone, Michael J. Bonds, Marcy Overstreet, and Ashay Collins. Free food was served by Zaxby's, Slim and Husky's Pizza, and even Snoop Dogg's Dr. Bombay ice cream. The event the event's other partners included Jay McAllister Events, the Jesse Road Project, and the Athlete's Foot. So it says FILA, which I believe stands for Forever I Love Atlanta. The Jones Project is here for the people. So he said, wham, bitch, I'm a philanthropist, honey. I know that's right. Go ahead, little baby. I love to see it. And I feel like, we always talk about the negatives of what rappers do, but we never really talk about the positive or highlight the positives like that. So shout out to him for doing it. And I'm sure these kids are really appreciative, and their parents are really appreciative of that too, honey. And they got to get some Zaxby. Baby, when I tell you I am a Zaxby's stan, you can't tell me nothing about them chicken strips, honey. Oh my God. So anyway, well, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I go do what? Watch my stories. Did any of you have any tea you want to share? Any tea I might have missed? Okay, y'all. Well, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for taking that time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time if you can make the live show. Don't forget to hit us up at our email, auntie@auntiederek.com. And in the meantime, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.